What's up to all you marked out there, and welcome back to the Exposed Turnbuckle. My name is Patrick, this is Jay, the Mac Attack, and we are here to cover your official WWE Backlash. And wow, this has been a crazy 10 minutes, especially as a New England fan, because first you had Jinder Mahal shocking the nation.
Half hour of just shock value.
And then you had the Celtics minus Isaiah Thomas coming back, grinding out a Game 3 win in Cleveland.
Save me $20.
Oh my God! Like, wow. All right, so
as Pat almost knocks over the camera.
Yeah, true. I came in
not
really.
Drunk.
What?
Said you're not even drunk.
No, not even drunk. Barely even drank all that. Had one tall, and then my girl actually got more drunk than I did. She's double fisting pina coladas. Because she likes pina coladas.
I'm so glad you said that the way you did. Double fisting pina coladas.
And getting caught.
Anyway. Alright, so we're just going to kick it off, if you will. No pun intended. With the kickoff show, it had Ty Dillinger in English. And this is exactly kind of how I expected it. Almost went 10 minutes. It was close. We almost called that. But both got their offense in. The Ty Dillinger hit the tiebreaker. Which we confirmed that they are calling it the tiebreaker still.
Yep.
And he got the win. And then Aiden English did his crying thing, which I hate, because I love the gimmick, but that crying thing is really stupid. So hopefully they don't do it too often, but I fear that is going to be a regular occurrence.
Yeah, true. You're going to, kind of like a la Christian back when he was doing the rolling around the ring, temper tantrums and all that. So kind of bringing that little gimmick back. Gives Aiden English. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Aiden English. I've always enjoyed his England skills and the singing gimmick. He sings good. It's not bad. So he just kind of sings mockingly, really, and that's why people hate him. But yeah, he's not terrible to listen to. I don't mind when he comes up, but I would hope that this would kind of evolve. Maybe this could be both of their first major singles feuds up in the big leagues. They mix well together. They make good matches. Ty Dillinger got the win. It was essentially the SmackDown dark match that we got. I mean, Aiden English, when he came out to the ring, it's pretty much the same thing, verbatim.
Same words.
Yeah, he's like, something about this trash town. And it's just when he said it in Manchester, it was just legit, because it was yeah, Manchester is kind of trashy.
Sometimes.
Chicago's a little bit more upscale, but yeah, it was kind of the same with Ziggler. One thing that, we'll get into it later, but overall it was a good match. Ty Dillinger gets the win, keeps advancing that, but I do hope that this feud continues. You don't want to push him too good, just kind of let this feud evolve organically from the ground up. They're both starting out as singles competitors at the moment, so just kind of let them feed off each other and see what happens.
I don't think it's going to continue, personally. Just kind of seems Dillinger got a win over him, and that's when the crying thing started, and then Dillinger got a win at the pay-per-view, so it doesn't really seem like they're going to continue it, but I mean, we'll see. They might do something else with Ty, but that was a good match for the kickoff show. And then we get to the main card, and they're starting it off. Actually, in the kickoff show, they had a promo with Ziggler announcing that this was going to be the first match of the card, which surprised me that they would start with Nakamura and Ziggler, but that is what they did. And these two put on a good match. It was not quite to the level that I thought they could have done, but Ziggler got a lot of offense, and my favorite spot for Ziggler was that super kick to the back of the head. That was a good spot. Nakamura ends up hitting the Kinshasa for the win, which makes all the sense in the world. Going into it, there's a lot of rumors that Ziggler might win this, and that would have been the dumbest move the WWE could have done. Ends up being the right move, and Nakamura wins, gets his big win, and we'll see what he's doing in the future. I'm thinking it's Kevin Owens, but we'll see. It was a good match, though.
I agree. One thing that they did in the dark match in SmackDown, which I would have liked to have seen done because it was so well done, is so when Ziggler came out in the SmackDown dark match, he had a shirt on. First, he was teasing that he would take it off. Then he teased he actually did take it off, and then he was looking at the crowd oh, you want this? And then threw it right down. I don't understand why they didn't parlay that. That was a good spot. I think Chicago would have blown up like right there. You're gonna have
Chicago was hot.
Yeah, you would have got some solid boos. Nakamura did hit. This was a really vicious Kinshasa. It was really good. Ziggler did live up to. Yeah, there were rumors on Twitter saying that maybe Ziggler would win, and
for like 5 minutes before
for like a little bit, it was starting to look kind of legit. I mean, it was kind of going his way. He was dominating him. He was flowing him a lot. Nakamura was pretty much reeling the whole entire match, but then he hulks up and hits his finisher, and it's over. But this was overall a pretty good match. It was really kind of like the same quality as we saw on the dark match. I would have thought that there would have been
a little more to it this time, obviously.
I don't know. I think Jay was right. I think there was more. There was what's that saying? There was more.
I don't know, but while you think of that, basically,
there's more to be desired. Is what I was. More to be desired for that match. I thought it would have been a lot more. It was surprising that Ziggler got as much offense on him as he did. Couple of zigzags, and then did he ever hit a super kick? I don't even remember.
Yeah, to the back of the head.
Oh yeah, the backwards. But
well, that's what I actually wanted to talk about really quick. Is that a lot of people thought that Nakamura should get a dominating victory as his debut, and I don't really necessarily think so. You want to make him very strong, but you don't want to bury a guy like Ziggler because
he's already been established. You can't just erase like the 8 years of his career. You still have to pay respect to his character because if he comes in and he just straight squashes him, then what for Ziggler? And
let's face it, he's one of the top heels on SmackDown, whether we like it or not. He is, and
kind of filling like the old Miz role.
Yeah, exactly. And
just slid right
you can't just bury a guy like that with even if someone of obviously Nakamura's stature who's much better than Ziggler, but not by that much because Ziggler's still a really good superstar, but you can't bury him that way. So I saw a lot that said it should be a dominating victory. I think they did this one really well.
I agree. You can't hype up a debut for Nakamura for God knows how long with all the promos and everything, even before he even got there. And then just have him lose. It's like, what the hell? Like,
it was a solid start to the show, but then next match, which just killed me, the tag team championship match between the Usos and Breezango with help from the janitor and Grandma.
Oh, go Grandma, go Grandma.
Oh my God, this was so funny. Honestly, it was a comedy match, but the match itself wasn't bad. There was a lot of good spots.
Yeah, it was like the first half was like complete utter comedy, and then it evolved into like it's somewhat.
Fandango did a flip over the top rope, and landed on his feet.
Yeah, 360
I haven't seen him do that in a while.
On his feet, crazy.
And Tyler Breeze got thrown into the barricade after getting caught.
Almost taking out small children in the front row.
Yeah. But one of the funniest parts for me, and I think you might agree, is Tyler Breeze as... Was he Grandma at this point or the janitor?
He was the janitor.
He was the janitor. Yeah, and he was rolling?
Yeah. You have to be the greatest part.
When he was knocked out and then just rolling back and forth and Usos were trying to get a splash.
Honestly, I wish that could have gone on like a couple more minutes.
It was really funny, man. Like, I was surprised by this match, honestly, because it wasn't technically sound or anything, but it was very entertaining. Just for the entertainment factor alone, I gave it a B, just because it was one of my favorite matches on the card.
Yeah, this topped anything that they've done on Fashion Files. This is just hilarious.
Just to confirm it, the Usos did win with a super kick on Fandango. I really hope it's the right decision with the New Day coming back, but I really hope they keep Breezango in the title picture. They've earned it in this last month. They've done so much, they've done a lot of good work for the tag team division and for themselves. So, and then this match, they definitely entertain the crowd. So I think they should stay in the picture, but I mean, we'll see what they do with them. Hopefully they get a rematch or something and before New Day comes up and takes it from them.
I mean, who...
It's an old day.
True.
Yes, it is.
I mean, touche to WWE creative, man, because doing all that skit shit with Tyler Breeze, it could have gone over the wrong way, and that's
deep undercover.
Yeah, you could have just gotten booed the hell out of that. So I mean, that was a big risk to just kind of let Tyler Breeze like work that, and he hit the goddamn home run.
Where'd he get the grandma's costume?
Yeah, I think it was all under
the ring.
Yeah.
Like he just went under.
Yeah, when Jimmy and Jay, when he was like trying to climb like the top turnbuckle, and then he just kept like rolling.
That was so funny.
Like ever so slightly, where like you just can't reach him, and so the guy's like, "Oh, just hop to the other one," and then he goes back to the other side.
Oh, like I was 4 or 5 times. It was so funny.
So good,
so funny. But yeah, it was a good match. Like he said originally, first half was very comedy. Second half, once Tyler Breeze kind of got out of the grandma suit. Let's go grandmas.
He went from janitor to grandma to full traditional Tyler Breeze.
They chanted for the mop. Like it was great. But it was comedy first half, and then they did some good work in the second half of the match. So I enjoyed myself, and I know you did too.
Yeah, this is always something that they could go back to. Usos are so far on this side of the spectrum for heels. And then you have the comedy tag team of Breezango. So I think that anytime you would want to go back to the well with this, it would always go over.
There's something very funny and actually really cool about a super serious heel team facing this just comedy face team.
Yeah, you got thugged out.
It's really messing with their heads.
Yeah, and they're just like, are these dudes serious?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's really good. So I hope I see more of it, honestly. I'd love to see this on SmackDown coming up. Going into the next match, this is when Patrick left for what did you do?
Yeah, me and my girl, we stepped out for a minute because I was just like, oh, Sami Zayn versus Corbin. Like, Sami Zayn's gonna get the Blue Thunder for a 2 count. He's gonna get the shit together of him. He's gonna rally. He's
never gonna win.
No, it was just totally in the bag. I did not watch a second of this match. I'll go back after this review and watch it, but. So yeah, this is just all Jay's segment.
But yeah, so after Patrick said he's never gonna win, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go out for a bit, and then I'm like, okay.
It just didn't make any. Well, it makes sense in. I'll give you my thoughts after, but it does make sense in hindsight, and I'll tell you why. After.
And he basically told me when he was leaving, let me know if he hits the Blue Thunder Bomb. Was his last words before he stepped out.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
So basically, the match was all Baron Corbin. Dominating, hitting deep 6 for a 2 count, hitting a lot of things for a 2 count, getting frustrated, ending with Sami Zayn trying an exploder suplex, didn't work, and then he hit him with, I actually forgot what move he hit him with, but Baron Corbin stumbled to the corner, and then Sami Zayn hit the haluva kick for the win, and then actually almost immediately Patrick walked right back in. And I'm like, hey, you stepped out and you missed Sami Zayn.
We weren't gone that long. I mean, we were only gone like 5-7 minutes. So.
Well, the match wasn't.
Yeah, it must have been a pretty short match. But
overall, I actually enjoyed the match since I'm the only one who can review it.
Yeah, true. I have a thought of the win. So I was telling Jay after he told him like, oh, Sami won, and I was just like, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell? But then I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. So Sami gets the victory push, so this helps him move on with momentum, and then later on down the road, you have Money in the Bank, you give Corbin his spotlight there, so you've already pushed Sami up, so Corbin can move on to that just randomly, because the two don't correlate to anything.
Well, with a future match on the card, Corbin getting a title shot doesn't really make any sense. Spoiler alert.
The Maharaja.
We're not getting to that yet. You'll have your time. Basically, it was a really good match, I thought, for what it was. It's your typical Sami Zayn match and Baron Corbin match, actually. I gave it pretty much like a C+. It was decent. It wasn't anything special, but I was entertained. Moving on, we had the 6-woman tag match with Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch, looking like Rufio, versus Tamina, looking like Nia Jax, and Natty and Carmella with No Chin Ellsworth.
Like legit, when Tamina came out, the camera was zoomed back, so you can't really see. And Tamina's not as big as Nia, but it's similar. And they're wearing like identical black, and I was just like, What?
Yeah.
Oh, Tamina. Gotcha.
Very similar. This match didn't quite go the way I thought it would. I had a feeling. So the heels, the welcoming committee, did get the victory. What I had an issue with is that Natty had the sharpshooter on Becky for the win.
And would it kill you, Natty, to actually attempt to kick out of a couple of pinfalls? My God. Literally, Becky Lynch, when she had her in that backwards roll-up, she had to literally jump herself off because she was just lying there like a fucking dead fish.
No, she struggled. But here's my take on it. I'm okay with the heels getting the win. I was surprised I didn't see Charlotte doing a turn then. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's coming on SmackDown. I don't know, but
well, that's what I was thinking.
Natty
save that juice for the storyline.
It could, but Natty getting a submission on Becky doesn't do anything for the storylines because Carmella's the one who's pinning Naomi, so theoretically she would be getting a title shot. Charlotte's the one who wants the title shot and kind of having that: is she a face? Is she a heel? Becky's not in a storyline, like basically except this one. Natty's only just running the group. She's just like Rachel McAdams from Mean Girls, not really doing anything.
Yeah, so the only logical thing would be you would have Becky
against Natty. One thing worse would have been Tamina hitting a super kick for the win. Like, that's the only thing worse.
Like, Becky was the worst one to get pinned. Everyone else could have been validated by getting pinned, but it just doesn't make any sense for Becky to, especially, not only did she take a pin, she took a submission. Like, she was like, oh, we're gonna, let's gather up the groups, we're gonna take down this group. And then she is the one who gets taken down. It's just like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I just didn't think the decision was good in the sense that there was no heel turn. There was no furthering of a storyline unless they're gonna have Natty get a shot, which kind of shits on Carmella and Charlotte. It didn't like it, honestly. I didn't like
Tamina,
the choice there.
Great debut, bro. That's terrible.
I just didn't like the choice there. I don't mind the heels winning. I just thought it might have been better if Carmella got the win, especially with the 2 victories she already has. Even if it was on Becky. I honestly don't care if Becky took the pin, but I think Carmella should have been the one to at least get the pinfall, so it builds her up a little bit further. But overall, it just wasn't a great match. It was very average. Charlotte had a couple good moments. Naomi really didn't do a lot. I don't remember her doing a lot, at least.
She had those quick
kicks with Carmella.
Yeah, quick kicks early, but I don't really think she was featured much after that.
I honestly don't remember too much of the match, and that's not really a good sign. But yeah, it was just average. Going on, we had the U.S. title match between Owens and Styles.
My boy.
This, to me, was the match of the night. They had a lot of good spots. There was like a shoulder neck breaker thing that Owens did on Styles, which
oh my God, painful. Dude! Like when he dropped him, it didn't look like there was any way. Because I was telling Jay, I was like, maybe the safe way, how it probably should have been done was that when he twisted Styles and like drove him down, like his shoulder would land on his knee and he would fall down safely that way. But it looked like he just straight caught AJ's neck flush right on his great spot. If he did take that safely, great job, Styles.
And then Styles hit a massive powerbomb from the corner, sunset powerbomb. And then
thunderous,
a big time suplex on the apron. Kevin Owens, I tweeted it. He's a crazy motherfucker. Yeah. Every single match, night in, night out, he takes some of the craziest bumps, man. That one, we both jumped like, whew, wow, that looks painful.
Yeah, that's why he's my boy, and that's why everyone, if anyone watches wrestling, they knew that this one was going to be 5 stars. Because I mean, Owens sells well, Styles sells well. They're both very creative. They both do a lot of variation suplexes and holds and stuff. So
I gave it an A- personally. It wasn't a 5-star match for me, but it was a really good match.
I would say
just a little bit of
match of the night.
Oh, match of the night, yeah.
By far.
But it was a little bit affected by the finish. And just to get into that finish, KO, after that suplex, KO and AJ Styles were on the outside. AJ was going for a Styles Splash on the table, which logically didn't make any sense because he can't.
Why would you DQ yourself?
He can't. Well, there's no DQ. Like there wouldn't have been DQ because they never DQ for announce tables for whatever reason. But the ref was counting, so like he was at like 4, I believe, when he got on the table. So it clearly would have been a count out. So logically, it didn't really make sense. But he was going for it. Kevin Owens countered and pulled his foot into the hole on the announce table where the monitors go, which was clever. Like, I don't like a count. He won by count. Kevin Owens retained. And after the match, he just kicked Styles in the back of the head when he was trying to get out of the hole. But going to the finish, I don't like count-out finishes, especially for a match this good. It's a little lame for a finish, but they did it creatively, so I'm going to give them a pass because I haven't really seen them take the count-out by that method where he got stuck in the hole on the announce table. So it was creative, and I'll give him credit for that. But normally I would like to see a clean finish. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with AJ Styles because I saw post-match he was getting helped back, and he said something about, you're asking me questions when I don't even know if I'm going to wrestle tomorrow. So either he's really selling the injury or he's actually planning some time off, and that could really hurt SmackDown. Like,
for real.
That would actually almost, I wouldn't say cripple him, but that's going to hurt big time. So I don't think it's legitimate, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I don't know what they're going to do with him, so maybe that's why there's not a big feud for him, because maybe they just hold him out till Money in the Bank and he goes into that Money in the Bank match. But we'll see how that goes. And Kevin Owens, like I said earlier, should probably move on to Shinsuke. So definitely great match.
I would agree. Like I said, match of the night. You know, my boy always puts on a good show, Kevin Owens. The only thing that I would have done differently is I don't mind the count out because it allows Styles to be beat without being beaten. And it's kind of like Owens kind of plotted him there on purpose, so he got stuck in, and so he couldn't get out. So you just see AJ trying to grab, trying to struggle to get back. The one thing I would have done differently is I would have had AJ Styles complete the Styles Clash on the table at like the 5 or 6 count. So, but when Styles is rolling, dragging himself to the ring, Owens would like hold on to his foot, So like he would have grabbed onto you'd see him like grabbing onto like the ring apron and stuff, like trying to pull himself up, and Owens is just holding him down and then double count out. I think that would have been, if you were gonna go count out, that would have been a way better thing. It was just strange. Immediately, a lot of people were upset about that because it's just like you put on this gem and it's just like you didn't give us a finish.
It's just a kind of a flat finish. Like I said, it was creative, but I would have liked to see a big spot like we talked about in our prediction, like a phenomenal forearm to pop-up powerbomb. Like there were big spots in the match, don't get me wrong, but that would have been a good finish, I think. So the finish just fell flat.
Yeah, it's a sloppy finish, but way better than
very good match.
Yeah, any other match that was on.
Probably like a 4-star if we're rolling stars. But moving on. I want to move on, trust me.
We move on to the tea break.
I want to move on. I want to move on from this match completely. So from match of the night to worst match of the night, we have Harper versus Rowan. I don't know, like Harper got the win with the discus clothesline, his finisher there. But I don't it was weird. Like Eric Rowan apparently gets these special powers from the mask.
He's fucking hulking up.
He was like hulking up, and then he just took a finisher and it was over.
So weird. Goddamn strange.
It was weird. I don't know what the plan is. Luke Harper will probably be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I would guess. He's not going to win, but
I know. Like, why have Eric Rowan running around the pre-show, scaring everybody, and then have him do that stupid Hulk up thing with the mask, and then literally after he gets his Hulk up, hits the rope, boom, Harper lays him out, finishes him. Like, why? What the fuck just happened?
It's weird. The match wasn't good. It reminded me very much of a SmackDown quality match, and not even a good SmackDown quality match.
A straight bathroom break before the main event. That's really what it was.
To the point where I really think that if it was on a SmackDown, it'd be a contender for worst match of the week on his Hot Spots and Total Flops video.
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't good. Nothing against them. It's just
Well, everything against Rowan. Rowan's just terrible.
I don't. Harper had some moments, but to me, there was just no build. So for me to get excited about the match, I wasn't. And it was like, okay, they're just wrestling again.
And why can't you dim the lights for Rowan, man? If he's supposed to be this creepy, weird guy, dim the lights, give him some green light, orange light, creepy friggin' multicolors, like make him look scary. Like he's coming out in some gay 80s mask and full broad light, and it's just like,
and his mask just keeps like growing hair every week and adding like an accessory to it. It's weird. Anyway, we're not going to talk about
Eric Rowan. Trash. Trash.
I just thought there could have been more to it, especially if they built it up more during the SmackDowns leading up. But I guess it's just a nice, quick way for Harper to move on from the Wyatt family and do his own thing. So I'm interested to see what they do with Luke Harper moving forward. Hopefully they feature him a little bit more, though. Then we finally have the main event, Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Jinder! Jinder Mahal. Dude, it's great. It's great. It is.
I don't even have to tell you about the match. Basically, I'll go quickly. Randy Orton and Mahal. First off, I'm going to quickly say this. Mahal sucks in the ring. I'm saying it now because I was legit. This is when the Celtics were really starting to pick up momentum. So I was kind of going.
It's the perfect match for that situation.
I was going back and forth, and I was telling him. I looked at the Backlash on the TV, and Mahal had Orton in the shoulder lock. I looked at the Celtics game, looked at my phone really quick to text my buddies about the game, looked back at the game, texted again, looked up. This was 5 minutes past, and the shoulder lock was still in. I was like, you really don't have any other moves. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Let go of the goddamn shoulder. At least punch it. Do something. Like, it was fucking terrible. I'm saying, seriously, that's our WWE champion. If spoiler, he won.
Oh, yes, he did.
He won the WWE championship, but all he does is a fucking shoulder lock and knees and potentially an elbow. Like, awful. Anyway, he's on the outside, and the Singh brothers get involved, and they took some of the nastiest bumps.
Oh my god, dude!
Orton clearly doesn't like them. Like,
dumps them right on their necks, right on the announcers' tables. That don't break, don't give, nothing.
No gift. It's dropped them on the neck.
Literally just like 180 slammed them. Right
basically
on
like
necks.
a throw pile driver.
Yeah, Orton did one of this like.
Yeah, he even did work on the second one.
For that.
The first one wasn't as bad. The second one, I don't know what their names are.
Fucking vicious.
The second one, he like made a face like, oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes in, hits a double DDT on the Singh brothers, and then Mahal came in, hit the Cobra Clutch Slam, which apparently is the most powerful move of all mankind. And nobody can kick out of the Cobra Clutch Slam.
No one can kick out of the mother.
And we have a new WWE champion. I will say this: seeing the fans' reactions on TV was really funny. It
was the equivalent of when Goldberg squashed Lesnar.
Yeah, because both can't wrestle. Both of them suck.
It was the exact same thing.
Both of them can't do shit. Goldberg at least has powerful moves, those two moves. And Jinder Mahal has 0. I'm not buying into the Cobra Clutch. I'm not.
This is where I'm coming from on the Jinder Mahal
if
angle.
You say Rusev one more fucking time.
No, alright, so that is... I think that's where that should lead into. But
they're the same character.
Yeah, but it's not the point. It's the fact that Jinder is more entertaining and creating more buzz right now than Orton is. So if Orton's just being this bland title holder, why not just give it to Jinder?
I don't care about the title change. He sucks. I don't care about the title change. I hope he drops it soon. He sucks.
He's not going to keep it.
But not against Rusev. That doesn't make any sense.
I would love to see that.
It's Rusev two heel un-American people. Like, it's literally the same character.
Well, maybe handsome Rusev comes back and is pro-America now.
He's just been insulting Shane McMahon for the last 3 weeks. He's not a face.
I think it's good. You know, past former tag team, they already have heat because they hate each other. So I think it would work. But that's my take on it. And Yeah, seriously, fuck Randy Orton, dude. Like, all you do is you do that stupid DDT RKO. Like, I would rather just see what Jinder
That's
does.
still more than what Jinder does.
See what kind of melee he does. Do I think that the Singh brothers are way the fuck overused? God, hell yeah. Like, at some point, you have to let Jinder win on his own. Like, you can't have the Singh brothers literally interfere every single time. Because, I mean, realistically, it's
you know why they interfere every single time?
Because Jinder's horrible. I understand that. I do understand that.
Thank you. That's all I needed you to say because he's fucking
But
bad.
if you were to tell me, all right, you're gonna watch SmackDown, right? And then, so would you either rather watch a promo with Jinder in it or Orton? I would pick Jinder every time.
I'd rather the WWE Championship get thrown in the river like it was Edge and John Cena because it's basically meaningless.
It's already trash anyways. You know what I mean? Like, Randy Orton was the champion. Who the fuck cares?
Just give it to Tony Chimmel. Fuck it. Like,
just hot potato it.
I don't care anymore about the WWE Championship.
Just have Ty Dillinger just come out of nowhere, like, accidentally, like, bump into Jinder Mahal in the back, and then just let him win.
Now I'm going to say this because I just thought of it right now. Just have Sami Zayn go against Jinder Mahal. They were the final two in that number one contenders match till the Singh brothers held Sami Zayn's leg. Maybe they gave Zayn the win to give him that momentum. Have them feud. I'll be okay with that. Give Sami Zayn something to do.
Yeah, he's not going to be on long, but
just don't.
I'm sure they have a couple of good champion Jinder promos.
Please just take that belt off before SummerSlam. That's all I'm asking.
It's just why
he held it upside down.
Yeah, he did. I actually did notice that. He was just like, it was like he wasn't like almost ready for it, and I don't know, when you hold it upside down, it kind of looks really
and then he tried to put it over his shoulder and didn't even get the strap over. He just had it like God, this guy doesn't know what to do with the title. He can't wrestle, doesn't know how to hold the title. Like, this is unreal. Anyway, that happened, and so that was the end of Backlash. Overall, I'm going to give it a 7. That's what I predicted it could have been, and they delivered to that point. They didn't excel, per se, but with the shock value and a few really good matches, they entertained, for sure. So, gave it a 7. It was a good show. And like I said, the SmackDowns and the Raws, they're not really doing a lot with grades. Like, they're getting fairly low grades. But WWE puts on a lot of good pay-per-views. So, this is just another one for me. They beat Payback, in my opinion. So, I'm giving it a 7.
Yeah, I was on the same thing. I thought it was a 7 as well. Like I said on the prediction shows, it really just mattered what the littler matches in the card did, and they performed. There wasn't a lot. There wasn't literally the only thing I hated was the Harper Rowan match. That was just a straight trash throwaway, just a pee break, really. Essentially, that's really all it was. I was actually debating with Tay. It was like, yeah, he was saying regroup, and the way I see it is, you have all this buzz from Owens and Styles, and then by the time you get to the championship match, which they already know that it's going to be bad because Jinder's going to win.
Well, no, they didn't know that. Clearly, they didn't know that. You saw the reactions. They did not know that.
No, I'm saying WWE created. So the way that they styled it.
You want a reaction, though. So you can't, like, cheer for, like, an hour and a half straight because people get tired.
Yeah, but
So you throw that shitty match in so people kind of just, like, sit back, regroup, and then when they can get hot again for the main event.
You could have put Harper, Rowan before Owens and Styles, so you could have ended. So you could have had going into the title match. Everyone's already hot.
Oh, you could have, but they put the women there. Like, that was their role.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, you could have flip flopped them, but it still would have been the same thing. You're trying to get the crowd kind of regrouping, and then that way they're hot for the match that you want them to be hot for. So that's the only reason. They've been doing that for years. But yeah, that match sucked.
Yeah, with Owen Styles really delivered. Dillinger English was good. Nakamura Ziggler was pretty decent. Did not see Zayn Corbin, but from what I heard, it was pretty good. The women's match, pretty good. I also thought I really didn't have any objections. I thought they could have cleaned up the Owen Styles thing and loved the Jinder Mahal shock. Like I said, Orton is he doesn't do anything. So if he's not doing anything, just give it to Jinder and just let him gain a few more ratings for a little bit. You know, if there are 1.3 billion people in India, you know, just give it to him. Just let him get the cheap let her get the cheap ratings, you know.
I feel like
because Orton's
Mahal's
not
gonna
doing
make me lose
anything.
hair.
He sucks as a face, dude. It's just like he's not believable.
He's not good as a face. He's much better.
He
wants to be.
Yeah, he just is a dick.
But there's no face.
His natural personality is a dick. Like when he was throwing the Singh brothers, that looked real. Like you guys are just irritating as fuck, and I just hate you, and I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was mad that he was gonna drop it to Jinder because he's like, oh my god, I'm dropping it to this dude.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it was. But yeah, overall, I gave this a 7. I really did enjoy it, and then got the cherry on top with a Isaiah Thomas-less Celtics pulling out a huge win in Cleveland, and kind of brings us back to earth. I mean, we were just fully, after a 40-something pound rubbing, and then we lose our star point guard. Everyone just kind of gathered together, and I told Jay this.
Funny how quick a week goes.
I told him this would be a bounce back because they don't have Isaiah. So every time that's like a major star goes down in a Boston sports team, they always do they always have the come together gritty win.
We're not ending this review that way.
Gritty
you said
win.
Bounce back, but you also said they would lose by like 15.
I'm saying it would be
so,
close. I'm saying that I said
it's
that
not hard to bounce back.
the spread was -17, so I was like, if I was betting, I would bet on Boston all day because they're at least going to keep it close. They're not going to get blown out.
It's not hard to bounce back.
Boston
44 points.
Yeah, true. But
all they had to do was show up
to take Game 3. Wow, this is going way off the rails.
I don't care.
Maybe we should have. We're gonna have a sports segment once fantasy football comes around. That's gonna be a special segment. Obviously, nothing to do with wrestling, but we're big fantasy football, and it's just something else with content. People are going to enjoy it. We're really in depth into it. Listen to all the podcasts.
Funny how this week went though. Like Monday for our review. If you haven't looked at it, you can watch it for sure on the Exposed Turnbuckle. We were really pumped because the Celtics won Game 7, and then by the time we got to Sunday during the day, the entire fan base was just deflated.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Went from Game 7, getting the #1 draft pick, to all of a sudden we're down 2-0, lost 2 in Boston, and we lost Isaiah.
Smoked.
Yeah,
it was just that's how sports are, and if you're big sports guys, you understand.
Bradley, 4-3.
But yeah, it hit like the rim like forward. Anyway,
Marcus Smart.
We are really going off track. Let's wrap this up. So. I gave it a 7. You gave it a 7. It was a really good show. Good job, WWE. And that is it.
All right, and that's all we have for you. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Comment what you thought about the show. Comment.
We have been, every time somebody comments, we always try to get back as soon as we can. We have been steadily growing. Approaching 30 subscribers. Been in this for a month.
Share it with your friends who watch wrestling. Definitely share it.
You can find me on the Twitter at PFaded. You can find Jay at
J_McMahon.
And until next time, you crazy kids, see ya.